Hey there and welcome to another GTA 5 car review. And today, we're taking a look at this all-new, recently introduced Gallivanter Baller LE Armored. This will be an in-depth review of the Baller. We'll start it up, show the engine, get an exhaust, global still, take a look at the interior next here, take it for a brief test drive, as well as show some of the executive features that are added in this new update, as well as the differences between this and a standard Gallivanter Baller LE. So, without further ado, let's start it up and take it for a drive, shall we? And I'm here in the park in Vinewood Hills, at the very top of their little trail. I think it's called the Archer Trail. This vehicle is painted in cerulean blue metallic, which is an aftermarket color. It does not come with this color, with a frost white interior. This specific one has a truck horn with color matched stitching on the bottom of the steering wheel, with frost white inserts to match the rest of the interior. Power's routed through a 6-speed automatic. Let's go ahead and check out the rest of the vehicle. This vehicle is a personal vehicle, so it does come with the remote start. Simply go to the interaction menu, vehicle remote functions. You can turn off your lights, as well as the engine. So we'll change your radio stations and turn on neon lights if those are on your vehicle. So I'm going to turn on remote start, and as well as open the driver door. The Baller is one of several vehicles in the latest update, Executives and Other Criminals, to get a armored edition. The Baller LE, as well as the Baller LE long wheelbase models, are part of that group to get that setup. The specific one is a all-new 2016 setup. It looks a little bit different from your standard Gallivanter Ballers LEs, and is basically only available on Legendary Motorsports. I'll demonstrate that here in a moment. This vehicle seats 6, has a supercharged V8 engine. It's based heavily on the Range Rover SVR. If you don't know what that is, that's a limited edition Range Rover Sport, which featured the Jaguar XKR's supercharged V8. So it does have the beating heart of an XKR in the real life variant here, or the FQ20 in this game here. This vehicle is running on a basically off-road yet an off-road yet civilian setup. It's basically trimmed with tons of carbon fiber, as you can see, lighting the doors, the windshield holders, the A pillars, the B pillars, as well as the C pillars, as well as there is a carbon fiber stripe running around the side that meets up with the door sill here. Also has carbon fiber wrapped taillights, as well as a carbon fiber strip going across in between the lights where the door handle is. Carbon fiber rear splitter. Carbon fiber A-pillars, as well as a carbon fiber grille and front splitter. This one has an aftermarket xenon lights package. And it's also running all-terrain radials from Atomic. This was actually factory for the Armored Edition. So how can you buy these exactly? Well, the answer is you go to the phone and or computer, go to Internet, Travel and Transport, Legendary Motorsport, and if you just leave it alone, it'll be right here. I think this is the standard LE, $149,000 price tag just for your standard Baller LE. For the Armored Edition, which is what the specific model is, the price jumps on $374,000. So it is a pretty expensive vehicle, but if you have one, it's pretty nice because it's rugged enough to go off-road, yet at the same time strong enough to handle bullets. The Baller long wheelbase is in here as well, with its $247 price tag starting, jumping to a whopping $513,000 for the Armored Edition and long wheelbase. All vehicles, both of those Ballers LEs come in burgundy, silver, gold, peach orange, white, black, blue, and green. Other vehicles in this recently introduced class of armoreds includes the Benefactor Shafter long wheelbase, the Shafter V12, the Enos Cognoscenti, the Enos Cognoscenti 55, And that's really it for that class. As I've said, this one is completely aftermarket modified with a horn, the lights, and the paint job, as well as the interior being reupholstered in the white. So, let's go ahead and pop the hood. So we by going to vehicle doors and hitting hood. As I said, the engine is a 5-liter V8, even as even shown as a 5-liter in the Legendary Motorsports. Power output is probably going to be in the 542 range because it is based heavily on the Jaguar XKR's engine. It runs on the same engine as the Ocelot FQ20 in this game. Torque is probably a bit better for this vehicle since it is more bigger. Let's go ahead and get ourselves a sound clip, shall we? I'm going to go ahead and shut the doors. The interior, this one has, as I've said, a reupholstered frost white interior. The gauge cluster is a bit different for this class, with black face gauges, with white dials instead of the traditional yellow dials you find in any other car in this class. You have your standard dash system, as you'll find a lot of the Vapid truck vehicles in this game. With the similar setup, you can probably get more in-depth looks on those if you go to those specific reviews of the Vapid Sand King XL, the Sadler, the Bison, Sand King standard wheelbase, stuff with that setup. But anyway, I'll go over some stuff anyway. You got your basically decoration glove box on the right, with a air vents right next to that, with your 2 air vents on the radio, with your 2 controls with the air vents down below, with your AC controls in the middle underneath the radio, with your zones in the middle, your fan speed on the right, and your temperature on the left. 4-wheel drive controls underneath the left vent, and cigarette light underneath the right vent. Underneath the controls for the AC is your AC activation button, as well as what appears to be your hazards or defroster button. You also have an air vent on this side of the steering wheel. And with the white face gauges, you've got your engine temperature gauge next to the tachometer, which is on the right, as well as your fuel gauge on the left, next to, in between the engine temperature gauge and the speedometer. So let's go ahead and check out the back seats. To do so, yet again, just go to vehicle doors. Open the rear left door. The door swings out kind of far, even with the carbon fiber add-ons. The back seats is a primarily big bench, but it does provide quite a decent bit of leg room for rear passengers. No, there's a small drivetrain hump in the center. Seats are pretty plain. So let's go ahead and check out the trunk. In the trunk, you get quite a lot of space, even for this being an armored truck. You get about, I guess, probably somewhere in the 20 cubic feet of foot range. The long wheelbase probably will get you around 40 cubic feet of space. Let's go ahead and take it on a test drive. I'll do this in a combination of first and third person views. Alright, so here we go. The 5-liter V8 sounds pretty good. Minor scratches on the way down. Now let's take it for a bit of a road run. Let's see how this truck handles the road. Steering is a bit of an issue with understeer in this vehicle. But if you're good at combating it, then go for it by all means with this vehicle. Yeah, try to head back into the main area of the park. Alright. So that'll do it. This in-depth review of the Gallivanter Baller LE Armored. Thank you guys so much for watching. Like and subscribe for more, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Take care.